Welcome to AI for Everyone. My name is Harrison Painter, and this is the beginning of our AI micro training series. This is brought to you by Blazing Academy, and we're going to tackle some real world problems, things that you might be experiencing in the office. We might look at some ways we can make our personal lives better outside of work as well. But each training, we are going to make these 7 minutes or less. We want to get the information to you fast. We want to make sure that it's valuable. We don't want to waste anybody's time. And it's going to make you more productive. Today, we are going to talk about those emails, that downward email spiral of people not responding to you. And how can we fix it? Let's learn about it. This is especially going to be valuable for any of you working in sales. At the end of the day, we all work in sales. But this same philosophy can work if you are a project manager, you're managing a team, anybody that you need to communicate with, this training is going to be valuable for you. Here is our scenario for the day. You've sent out 10 emails this week, hopefully a few more than that, but today let's go with 10. And these are important emails that you've sent. Maybe it's a proposal to a potential client, a follow-up to a colleague, a cold outreach to a new prospect. But, and this happens to all of us sometimes, crickets. Not a single response. Do I exist? Am I important? Am I not important? Does nobody care? And you do start wondering, am I saying something wrong? Are they ignoring me? Should I follow up, or would that just be annoying? We all know that there's those annoying salespeople out there just hitting you up.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
But we also know if you're too passive that you're not going to get any deals closed. Well, we're going to go through that step by step, and we're going to solve this problem. Step one, we have to define the problem. The logical first step is to just change the subject line. But I need you to think deeper than that, because it's not just about going in ChatGPT and saying, make me 5 subject lines and let's pick one of those. The real challenge here is, how do we connect with the person that we're trying to communicate with? Now, I do have some common mistakes that we all make, and I'm not picking on anybody because we've all done this. But the first mistake is writing in a way that you prefer. I want to speak in my language. Instead of how that the person you're communicating with processes what you're saying to them. The way they process information can be much different. You might be using too much detail for a CEO that's very busy. I'm very, very busy. I've got too much going on. I need my information fast and furious, like these 7-minute trainings. But you might have somebody that's an analytical thinker, and they want a little bit longer communication. They want more information. They want to understand how you're speaking to them. And then we fail to really create those emotional hooks within the email. What's in it for me? Everybody heard of WIFM before. What's in it for me? WIFM. What is in it for the person you're sending to? Is this self-serving, or are you actually creating value for the person on the other end of that email? So a great AI fix here, and I'm going to walk you through this, it's really, really cool, is we're going to analyze that recipient's psychology. I know this sounds crazy, right? But we're going to do it based on their past emails, their LinkedIn profile, their job description, and I'm even going to give you a secret tool that will even expedite the process. Because this can really help you with your tone, the length, the content, the subject line, all of that. So let's hop into ChatGPT right now. Let's have some fun with this. Picture that this is you. You have sent me a few emails, and I have responded back to you until the last one. And you're scratching your head. Harrison was responding, and now he's not. So here is a prompt that I crafted just for this scenario. You can tweak this. You can use it so many different ways. It's massively valuable. Now, I did copy and paste everything in here because you don't want me typing. It takes me too long, make too many mistakes. I'm trying to keep this video to 7 minutes. So here we go. Here's the prompt. And notice, as we go through it, how it's structured. We're going to define the problem. I am writing a follow-up sales email to a prospect. Harrison Painter, you're writing to me. who did not answer my last email. I'm not sure why, because he has responded before. Maybe we need a better subject line. Maybe the way I'm writing emails has not been connecting with him. So there, we've defined the problem. Now we're going to give it some, what I call organization, some structure. That's what this section is. Can you analyze and create a behavioral and personality profile on Harrison, and then help me craft an email that, here's the organization. Number 1, reflects the communication style that he likes. Number 2, with language that will connect with him. And number 3, with an offer that he can't refuse. In return, this is the data that I'm going to give it to train it. Understand, you can do this in any LLM. You can do this with the free version. You're going to get the best response at this point with 4.0 in ChatGPT. You can use this in Claude. You can use this in anything. So here's what we're going to give it to train it. I'm going to input, and I made these emails up as synthetic, fake emails, but we're playing a scenario here, so bear with me. So I'm going to put 3 emails in to show the model how I responded. In this case, you're putting them in on how I responded. And you're going to share the LinkedIn profile because it can scrape the LinkedIn profile and get a lot of information from that. And then I'm going to give it some instructions. Please take these 2 steps in your response. Number 1, share a breakdown of his profile, the behavioral and personality profile. And then number 2, help me craft the subject and email response. And now this is where the intent, the human intent, the entire reason, the quality, the measurement of what we want, right? We're going to set that goal of what we're trying to accomplish. And the goal is to give me, in this case you, the best chance of Harrison not only opening the email, but responding to it too. And here's the data that I inputted. So I just go to my LinkedIn profile, I copy and paste that. You put the link in there. It's going to scrape it. It's going to look at all the information. And then I'm going to paste the last 3 emails. In this case, maybe you've got 2 emails, 1 email, 10 emails, whatever that is. Put as many of them in here as you can. Keep in mind, as long as the information isn't proprietary, you have your own internal LLM. I just want to make sure that you're not putting anything in here that you don't want the world to see, okay? So I'm going to put all 3 of those with subject and with the email itself. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And then we're going to hit this magic button and let it do its work. Here we go. All right, and it's that fast. I didn't speed this up. I haven't done anything in here. So here is my behavioral and personality profile, communication style and preference, direct and no nonsense. Harrison values clarity and brevity. He doesn't want to wade through fluff or generalized pitches. Nailed it. Win-win oriented. He's open to new opportunities, but needs to see a direct benefit. If it doesn't serve his immediate goals, he won't waste time. Absolutely. We're all busy, right? We don't want our time wasted. Personal connection over generic outreach. He dislikes mass market sales pitches, 1000%. He wants to feel like you actually know him, his work, and why this offer is meaningful to him. I think that alone is great advice, no matter who you're talking to, right? Connect, connect, connect. The next one, highly focused and busy. His response indicates he has limited bandwidth and will dismiss anything that isn't immediately relevant. At the end of the day, if you're emailing very busy people, most of them are going to want things very, very quickly. Okay? But again, somebody's style might be different based on the data that you're putting in here. And lastly here, trust and authenticity matter. He works with people, not just deals. If he senses you're just selling, he'll disengage. So true. Now it's giving you the strategy for this email, right? Here's the email and subject line strategy for engagement. Number 1, the email should be highly personalized, demonstrating that you understand what he's working on. Number 2, the subject line should be intriguing, yet relevant. Avoid generic follow-ups. I mean, that's so true. Your inbox, if you really start looking at all the subjects, how many really stand out to you? People don't put much effort in that anymore. Next, the email should immediately answer, what's in it for me? You're trying to sell me something, or you're trying to do something to influence or persuade me. So what's in it for me? We're all selfish. We're all busy. So just get to the point. What's in it for me? Next, cut the fluff. Get to the point. We don't need a bunch of fancy word salads, sales pitches. Just get to the point and make it feel like a conversation, not a pitch. Now it's going to give you some ideas for subject lines. It's not giving you one, it's giving you many here. Quick thought on AI in Indiana. Got 2 minutes? Harrison, I have a real idea for you. Number 4, not a pitch, a collaboration opportunity for AI Forward, one of the programs I'm working on. And then Harrison, this might actually be worth your time. All of those pique my interest, absolutely do. And I can tell you, I don't get email subjects like this very often. And now it's going to write a draft of an email that you can work from. So they pick subject, not a pitch, a collaboration opportunity for AI Forward. Hey, Harrison, I know you've got a lot going on. See how I'm already shaking my head yes. So I'll get straight to it. Love it. Let's roll. Based on what you're building with AI Forward Indiana, project that I'm working on, I think there's a real opportunity here, not a generic sales pitch, but something that could actually support your goals. You got my full attention. Here's a specific way I see this aligning with what you're doing, and then kind of create what that would be based on whatever you're trying to sell me or create value for me. If that sounds worth a quick chat, let's carve out 10 minutes to see if this makes sense. If not, no worries at all. Let me know what works for you. And it'll even tell you why this email is going to work. So why this works for me, for Harrison. It respects his time. It's short to the point. It acknowledges that I'm busy. It avoids any generic pitch, right? It calls out for an upfront that it's just not a standard sales email. I can tell that you put some time and effort into this. It connects to his goals and immediately ties one of my programs into what your value is that you're trying to pitch me. And at the end there, it left the decision to me. And I like the fact 10 minutes. Look, I'm not going to get stuck on a call with you for 30 minutes or whatever. It shows you respect my time. It also shows me you're busy. You've got things going on, right? You don't have all day either. And now I know the rules of the playing field of what I'm getting into. That's pretty good, right? I know. I've already gone over the 7 minutes, but hopefully this has created some value for you. And remember, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned a secret weapon that I was going to share with you, and it'll help expedite this process even more for you. And that secret weapon is Crystal Knows. And what Crystal Knows does is you can create behavioral profiles on anybody, and you can do it just by pasting in your LinkedIn profile. So here is the website right here. We'll go into, I just opened a free account. You get 5 free profiles of people. So when you go in here, we're just going to add a profile. You can do it again by assessment, by LinkedIn URL, by email. You can invite your team members and gather data that way. But I just showed you there's a free, easy way to do it. This is a paid version. I think it's like 25 bucks a month. But again, it's pretty cool. So let's find somebody that I know is active on LinkedIn. Chris Spangle, he's a really successful podcaster. He worked on the Bob and Tom show. He just took a new job at IBJ. I know he's very active on LinkedIn. They do need to be a bit active or at least have a really good profile in place to do this. But let's just copy and paste his URL and let's learn a little bit about Mr. Spangle. So we're going to add that profile. And then it's going to work his magic here. So we see he is a motivator. And we have a full profile on him. It's going to give the DISC profile. It's going to say if he's risk tolerant, risk averse, trusting, right? All these personality traits that go through here. And then, of course, you have to do the paid version. But you can see it goes behavior, energizers, drainers, strengths, blind spots, how to make a first impression, building trust. So just on and on and on with the things that you can do. I'll do the paid version and I'll do a full bang up job of sharing this with you in the future, but I did want to get this in your hands in case you wanted to play with it. If you don't want to spend money, what I just taught you will go a long way. It'll make you stand out in the crowd, and it'll make you amazing. All right, well, that's it for me. My name is Harrison Painter, and until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and keep up.